It's your girl, D_real_lady Kojak. You know what it is? It's the Kojak effect. It's time to get jacked up. I have a very special guest. She's a returning guest. I had to vibe with her again. I just could not. I could not. I do want to say I apologize for not being here on last week. But I will say I have actually 3 very good friends who celebrate the same birthday, and I did something for my church. So, though my love for this and everything is beyond measure, it's just some things that sometimes you just really can't go without doing. So, I will be here on Tuesdays, but last Tuesday I had to give time back to the church and to my friends and family. I enjoyed myself though. It was a good night. Happy birthday to all my Halloween babies. We made it through October and we are now in November. And watch how fast this bitch fly by, bruh. Remember when we was kids, it took forever for the year to happen? Those days are long gone. So, we're going to go ahead and get into it. My co-host will be here in just a few moments. I already checked in. I got Sharon Tuck coming, representing GA tonight. We're going to talk about some things. And maybe just because I might be different. It's just some shit I just wouldn't do. It's just some shit I wouldn't try. It's some shit I wouldn't even just know. You know? Because I think sometimes you do stuff and then you can put yourself in a really, really bad space. Like, I'm not one to tempt fate. You know what I'm saying? I'm not necessarily one that want to poke the bear because I don't want to be poked. But some of these women, they really be trying some stuff. So I want to talk about it. I want to get in there. I want to talk about it. I got room tonight, so if you want to come in and talk about it with us, you can. Sharon, go ahead and send your request so I can get you in here so we can go and get this thing started. Like my dog JT say, whole problems ain't no problems, bro. Like, at the end of the day, y'all, like, but it's just a disrespectfulness for me. Like, it ain't what you do is how you do it. The same way it ain't like what you say is how you say it. Yeah, that's how I kind of feel about some of the stuff that's going on that I've been looking at. Normally I really don't get caught up in it and I really don't think nothing of it, but it was kind of one of them, like, I was like, bitch, who the fuck is you? Like, I don't like ungratefulness, too. Like, if I feel like you an ungrateful person, that just bugs me. You know what I'm saying? So, I really like, hey, boo. I really don't even understand. Tuck, send me a request, because I need to get you in. So we can go ahead and get talking about this, because I saw you come in the room, so let's do it. But yeah, today is what, Tuesday? So yeah, I have to go back in the office now for work. So when I get here, I be having little to no time between time. But too shall pass. I guarantee you that. So I just accepted Sharon. She'll be in here just a minute. And then we're going to go ahead and get this party started. I know one thing. I'll be ready for the end of this week because I'm kind of ready for Thanksgiving in a way, to be honest with you. Like, I'm ready to see my family. I'm ready to eat good. I'm ready to, like, play some cards. I'm ready for all of that. Like, I'm ready. I think, like, Thanksgiving is actually one of my favorite holidays, to be honest with you. Like, I like Christmas, but I think for me, because Christmas is so close to my birthday, some of my stuff sometimes get, like, hey, Shay, get, like, you know, wound up and kind of intertwined in it, and I don't know. Sharon, if you sent it, I'm accepting you, and I don't know if it's not. So if you want to try to go out and then come back in and see if it lets you in, we could try that. But I definitely accepted it, like, twice already. And it's for some reason not letting you in. It ain't nothing but the devil, to be honest with you. That's what it be. He can't stand when you're doing something you're supposed to do, or he can't stand when you're doing your thing and you ain't stun him. He don't like it. More than fair. Oh, there she go. Not the red light. That's your friend. Can you hear me? Tuck?
There we go.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
What up, friend?
What's up? What's up,
Girl,
girl?
girl. How you been? It's been a few weeks.
I know, I'm good. How about you?
We here.
I know, right?
Yeah,
Mm.
let's
A
let's
lot has transpired in these last couple of weeks.
girl.
Yeah,
I feel like in the last few hours, I could write a book about it.
yeah, yeah.
And I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. You know, it's different for me because I was just about to say, like, now I used to work from home. And I still work from home, but I work a hybrid schedule now. So, like, Monday, Tuesday, and
Right.
Wednesday, I have to go in the office. And a lot of these people that's in the office, they've been working together all this time. Like, I don't know y'all. And to be
You're
honest,
like, who is this
like,
imposter?
right. And in the few seconds I have in between calls, even in an 8-hour shift, I really don't have time to get to know you. So,
Mm.
no, I'm not standoffish. No, I'm not being rude. I just.
Okay.
Okay, all right. What we doing? We going to dinner after work? No, I'm not doing any of that. So like, what if I do? Like, I just feel like, why waste your time? Even make you think I'm interested. Like, my coworkers really be pushing. They've been like the last few days. They really have been pushing it for me, and I'm just
Right.
started at the end of last week. They rolling into this week. So y'all just wake up choosing violence. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like really where I'm at with it.
Right.
So tonight, what I want to talk to you about, and I couldn't think of, I had reached out to Rich Auntie, but she wasn't available, and it was like a last minute switch up. But I really like, I don't know why this situation really made me feel some type of way, but it really, really
I
did.
have, I had to go do my research, me being my analytical self. So
Right.
I know about the two already, so I'm ready to get in this while it's fresh on my brain because I had a conversation with someone earlier about it just to see what their thoughts were, and I'm kind of like, man, niggas and flies, excuse my French, because you know
Okay.
what?
Okay.
I'm ready. Let's get into this thing.
Okay. So the first thing we're gonna talk about tonight is we're gonna talk about Joe Smith and his wife.
Yes.
So if you don't know who Joe Smith is, he's a former NBA player. I think he played for like 16 seasons, 16 years or whatever.
Right.
And he was married.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing is, the gag of it all really is this. For me, this is what the gag is, and I'll put a pin in it and come back to it. But the gag for me is that he married his wife knowing that she had a history in the adult film industry, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So he done played ball, you know what I'm saying? They wouldn't get the contracts back then and these boys getting now. I think he made like a total, I think like 61 million his entire time
Right.
that he was, in the league. But when you're not making that money readily, how much longer, if you haven't invested, is it going to last,
Right.
after the fact?
Mm-hmm.
So ultimately the situation is given that they didn't have any type of plan B going on or not enough nest egg because his wife ended up opening up several different businesses. From her own mouth. Yeah. So she also did that, but behind his back, she had an OnlyFans page that he wasn't aware of. So I'm going to pause right there.
Right.
And I'm going to let you tell me how you feel about the whole situation, because what to me took it to the next level was that, like, right after that came out, she was on Check Out the Stats with Cameron.
Right.
And I saw that clip because I didn't catch the other part of it first.
Right.
So I kind of started from the back and worked my way to the front with it.
Mm-hmm.
But like, she was on this show and she's just like doing the most with the least, wardrobe wise. You out, you know what I'm saying? It's the middle of the day, but you dress for the night. It's just it was giving a lot of unnecessary disrespectfulness. So I think that's what kind of like made it stick out for me. But I'll let you go first and tell me exactly like what that was giving for you, because I was just so the fuck confused.
Okay. So I'm going to make sure that you can hear me and everybody else can hear me. So before I get into this, because I want my voice heard on this, and I think it's one of those conversations where you say it's not uncomfortable anymore because you have to address the elephant in the room. So my take on this, once I did my research on it, then I kind of heard of several interviews that she has done since this has transpired and came out. Her husband had an OnlyFans page. I'm not sure what his content was because, OnlyFans, when it was first brought into play, it wasn't based on any sexual content of the sort.
Right.
Okay. So I'm going to nip that in the bud. Like you said, I'm going to come back and pin that and come back to it. So when they met, she really didn't know who he was or where his, career was. But at one point, she had a valid statement, and I'm going to quote her on this. You knew who I was when you picked me up. And I'm going to say that in layman's terms to where it can be understood. Everybody has heard that terminology before. You knew who I was when you picked me up. You know, like some people say, you know I wasn't shit, or you knew what my background was. You know, you knew I've been here and there, done this. But her thing was she was an adult entertainer. Right. In entertainment. So she brought a lot of pleasure to people without even being touched by these people, except for the ones that she was doing it with, for as quote unquote pornography. But she never let that take the fact away that she was married. She retired from her career. She knew that her husband didn't get picked up in 2011.
Right.
So she knew then she had a flight or fight plan to where, okay, I want this lifestyle to stay the same. So what can we do? So like she said, and it's two parts to every story, but just hearing her, it was sincerity in her voice, to where she said, okay, my husband lacked luster. Like he was okay with dealing with his depression. He was okay with dealing with living in lack, knowing that we had things that we had to be taken care of. You know, her coming from Germany and moving here, and knew she came for love. She didn't come for the dollar, but she knew that dollars had to be made to keep their lifestyle the way it was. So when you find out things in that, maybe I think it's more so his ego, because at the end of the day, like she said, pay attention to your wife. You would have knew this because I've been had this for a whole year, and then all my tags are in my LinkedIn, my social media. Now, one time you go on my stuff and click it to see what I got going on in a whole year. So in the way how it came out was kind of, I was flabbergasted because one of his so-called friends that he'd been so-called friending supposedly let the cat out the bag on her, like, oh, let me show you what she got going on. So it's like, you want my man anyway, so you go like you spilling the beans on me, but bitch, I'm up one on you. Like she said, I had several businesses and he partake in every one. Like she said, he worked for me. I got, like she said, a moving company and all kind of stuff, dog grooming, all kinds of shit. The bitch is a hustler. You know, she really was on her game, because when they met, her income was way higher than his. And I hate that it's about money at this point. Where's the love? Because he left and like, I don't want to deal with this shit. Just give me a moment. Don't call me. Don't talk to me. But you were spending them checks. You knew that income was coming from somewhere. Maybe you didn't want to address the elephant in the room, like I said. So I'm just at this point, I'm sick of this. So you got everybody want to, you can't condemn what you condone. So yes, you better be quiet. Yes, you better shut the hell up, because at this point, it's a problem. Because the same way you knew how I was out here being flipped over and, smacking up, rub it down on with some other dudes because there was a career for me or job. You ain't have no problem with that. But I'm doing this to myself. I'm pleasuring myself to give somebody something. It's a catch-22 with this thing. I'm staying neutral with it, but I'm just voicing the questions that everybody having, like, what's really going on? This is what's going on. This lady was pushed to the rim to the where she said, if he don't want to take care of our family, I have to. By any means necessary, quote unquote, by the famous, meticulous, we know as Malcolm X has said this. You gotta do what you gotta do, my girl. Like, go ahead.
I guess I'm conflicted. I'm conflicted though, because I hear what you're saying and I get it, right?
I'm conflicted too, because when you're in a relationship, where does the line draw? Now,
what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I'm not gonna sit here and say, yeah, go ahead, girl, do what you gotta do, because then that's contradicted from me. Because when you're in relationships, things like that, you don't want nobody to like, oh, side eye you because you saying, oh, I do it too. No, we're gonna conversate about this thing. In that case, go back to the industry. Go back to the industry.
If you're gonna make money,
you're gonna make it, go back to the industry, because that industry is still huge out here. You got a lot of people that's fetishing about this pornography thing. But at the same time, whether your husband was paying attention or not, you should have went to him and talked to him about it. Because what if one of his homeboys would have seen this and been like, man, I saw your girl. Like, even though I ain't see her when she was out here for real, I seen her busted open on OnlyFans. So that's something to a man mental. That pineal gland popping is only so small.
Listen.
You feel?
But the thing is this, like you said, first of all, here's my thing. Like I said, he married you knowing your history.
Mm-hmm.
So that means he saw past you doing what you had to do what you do. He respected your hustle, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was still willing. Hey, Nikki, he was still willing to be with you and commit his life to you. Now, I get what you're saying as far as, what up, P. Belafonte? P. Belafonte, I love you. I just want to say that out loud.
Hey nerd.
But if you said, hey, I'm marrying this person, I'm taking you for better or for worse, let's build this thing, let's do this thing together, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, granted, he did fall off, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like she even said, he was battling depression. Like mental health is very serious, right? So let's just say you saying in your mind, like, this done passed on, he ain't depressed no more, now he just this or whatever. Now, like she said, oh, he working for me. Like, I have a problem when we feel like as women, not just black women, just in general, in order to get our point across about him, now we got to take shots. No, that's not what it is.
I think
my husband doesn't work for me. We work together.
Right. I think she could have handled her comments differently, because you still have to respect your bond. You still got to respect your marriage. And to me, now she got more fans. Now people really looking up, you know, everything, just like how we talked about a couple of weeks ago about Jada. Everybody has a reason for their actions. And I believe now it's going to be bigger for her. So what is she going to do? Is she going to step away to save her marriage? Because
if you don't, now it's giving, I did all this for the money, it's any means necessary, and I'll sacrifice my husband if I have to.
Right.
Because my thing is, okay, so it's in your LinkedIn, it's in your bio, it's in whatever. So now are we saying that our husbands have to check behind us on everything we do and keep tabs? Like, if you was going to start an OnlyFans page and he married you as a fucking porn star, why would you not tell him, hey, babe, I know we got this popping and this popping, but OnlyFans is going to take off. Right. These are what my plans are. You know what I'm saying?
Let him make that decision let's make that decision together, and just say, look, hey, let me go make the money how I know how. So what is your take on that? Is that gonna cause put a wedge in between us? Is that gonna cause a trust issue with us? Is it gonna, push this, marriage has probably been already on the rocks for a long time. He would have
said something, for all you know, he'd have been the goddamn cameraman.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Let me make sure you got better light. Let me see what's going on.
Like, because now to me, you know what I'm saying? Like, to me, you're worse than
I see the comments. I don't know if you can see the comments. Yeah.
He was speaking from a place of hurt. You know what I'm saying? Because what you did, I guess you getting what you wanted, but you can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen. Like, don't put yourself in a man's place. And then when you get bopped in your shit, then be talking about, oh, this, that. You can do all that, and then be honest with you, bitch, I didn't even know who the fuck you was till you started doing this shit. But what killed it for me is now you doing interviews with all your breasts and everything else to hang out. And, I'm definitely not judging at all. Yeah, what I'm saying is, though, if I was really trying to get my marriage together, or that's somebody who I gave a fuck about with in any form or fashion ever in life, I wouldn't be on national TV talking about my mobile massage business. First,
I see what the person said she's speaking from a place of hurt. What hurt? Because it seems to me, she's hurting now, but she wasn't hurting while she was doing it, because she have no. It was just like, what I gotta do. Like, it didn't matter to her at the point, because she didn't have her conscience and kick in at no time in that year's time frame to say, you know what, husband, this is what I've been doing. And I know you're gonna be upset, but let me just come to you before anybody else do. You didn't give him an option.
I done dealt with some nasty motherfuckers, and baby, let me tell you, if I drug these motherfuckers through the streets, a bitch wouldn't even fault me. You know what I'm saying? But because I had love for that person at any time in life, it's just certain lines I wouldn't cross. You know what I'm saying? I just wouldn't do that to you. Now, me and you could have it out privately.
Right.
But like, she ain't on no Jada tour, but she on a Ja tour. That bitch is really like out here doing the most with the least. Like your OnlyFans page might have been popping, but for you to be on oh no, I don't in light of certain situations, I don't really partake in the massage bits part of it no more. And then as soon as the motherfucker was like, well, would you be mobile for me? She all on Cameron dick. Like, come on. Like, for real, in real life, bitch, like, you gotta do, like, it's given evil bitch. It's given
Lady Kojak, stand by 1 second. You keep talking. I stand by.
Okay. So it's just like, for me, I just possibly couldn't do that. Like, you're gonna openly say that your husband is having issues with depression, which is a mental thing, and then you're gonna play with his psyche and do it out in public. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all not even at home and you ain't calling him all kind of F niggas and everything else. You in public sunning this man. You are boying the hell out of him right now, and you have no conscience about it. Like, we gotta do better. We can't keep talking about what somebody else doing to us if we doing it to ourselves. This whole thing been a setup from the jump. Like, yeah, she had a plan B, and her plan B was, if it's me or this nigga, it's gonna be him. Like, he got to go at any cost. It's just all about what I need, because I'm not mad at the OnlyFans page. Do you, boo-boo? But talk to your husband. Because it's not your boyfriend, it's not some dude, it's not your baby daddy. This somebody who you stood up in front of God and said, this is what I'm going to do. And I believe, even if you didn't say obey, bitch, respect was somewhere in that motherfucker. And that's just disrespectful. Like, if you want to pleasure yourself for everyone in the world to see, like she said, like Truck said, bitch, fuck OnlyFans. You can run the OnlyFans, I guess, and you can be showing clips of the actual movies you making, bitch. Get motherfucking Oscar winning ass roles. Stop out here, bitch, with the Tubi shit. If you go, bitch, if I'm getting naked, bitch, I'm getting naked on Netflix, not Tubi. No offense, Tubi. I'm just saying, bitch. Like, you don't fuck down, you fuck up. Like, what are you doing? Honestly, like I was just out. Like, the more and more I kept reading, I was like, this lady here is just, and like,
she has real
where's your limitations?
I hate using this word, like I said before, but she has the spirit of what you want to call it. I don't even think it's narcissism. I think it's just her knowing that her husband is down, and she wants to get the glory at this point, despite of how he's feeling. And then she's going to keep using his depression, keep bringing it up. But at this point, I don't think you really gave a damn. And if you did,
nigga said, "Who is this lady? She's nobody. She riding off of her.
Right now, she's making a name for herself.
Nigga, Bob, girl, Bob.
Her time has expired, and
it has. Thank you for your services.
Right.
Thank you for your services.
Go on, take the page down. Go ahead and get your marriage together. That's what you want to do. Since somebody said it down, she don't want him no more, because how she was explaining everything, she made it seem like, oh, I'm better than him, and I came here for him, and I did this for. Oh, what about doing it for your relationship? What is the love? Like I said before, like everything she said, it just seemed like it's so selfish.
You made those choices, and now you can't use him as an excuse or try to put off that's why you made those choices. Because I can love you to death, but I can love you from a distance. You know what I mean? Exactly. You made the decision, say, this is the person who I want to spend the rest of my life with. I'm going to pack up and I'm going to move, and I'm going to support him in his career. Because you know what? In all honesty, if we just being real about the situation, yeah, the roles have just reversed, because when you came here, he was you were supporting him. And so now what's wrong with you supporting it going the other way around? Like, why is it that it has to become a part of humiliation?
And that wasn't helping him in his time when he was down as a man. He felt like he couldn't provide. And yes, you came up with all these ideas, but still include your husband, include your spouse, include him in all these businesses you building. And I can imagine those conversations, because how she's talking now, like she really don't give a damn about his one or the two, like whether he ran any at all. Like, it's just like, okay, well, I'm going to do it anyway. And then
if he fucking snapped and Donkey Kong and beat the shit out of her ass, Now he back in the news, and then she gonna use that as a reason. She gonna go on the poor woe is me tour with the swole eye and the busted lip. You know what I'm saying? Looking straight out of what you call it? What's love got to do with it?
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Come on, anime. Come on, bitch. You should have ate the cake. As a matter of fact, you was eating the cake and you was drinking the champagne and you was on the poor
I think that's that's a thin line between love and hate right there. She wants the notoriety, but then she don't. So if there was somebody else that came, and if it was her husband, I bet that conversation would be so different.
I used to say back in the day, you step on a crack, you break your mama back. Well, that bitch done stuck on the motherfucking crack and she done broke her husband back. That bitch is, honey,
this conversation would be really different because she'll be victimized. She'll be victimized. She'll be like, oh, why did he do this to me? We could have just worked. It flipped the script, you know? So I'm thinking like, girl, bye.
But see, that's the thing though. Bitches always talk about why, you know what I'm saying, how it ain't this and nigga ain't this and nigga ain't that. But to be honest with you, it's a lot of people out there. It's just a lot of hurt people hurting people. Mm-hmm. They coming from a hurt place, whether it be a relationship, in an intimate relationship, or a relationship in a family. You know this man. Y'all was married.
So and
you know what he done been through.
But here's
why would you like what?
Lady Kojak, listen. Did you hear the part that you know you have to read between the lines when she said her music career didn't work?
Right.
So a lot of shit that you put out there in the atmosphere didn't work. It came back null and void. It didn't work for you. But he didn't go do some, I don't know, because there's two sides to every story. We haven't heard anything about you until now. So if it was anything, he didn't out you about anything. Oh, she went over there and was singing this bullshit ass music. Nobody liked it when she came to the States. Fuck her. You know, she ain't nothing like, she can't really sing that good anyway. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's a double-edged sword with this thing. It's just like, okay, your music career didn't work. I want to hear your song. Can you please play it for me, please? What was the name? What was the title? Who listening to it?
That
was you on the top 8 over there in Germany? What the hell? What was you singing about? Because you have no. What songs can you sing about? Because you definitely don't have no content now. Because you went to OnlyFans. Now, this is so crazy because OnlyFans had died down. People still utilize it. Now she done boosted their sales huge. Now she gonna be on the downside of a bus. I don't care. Her picture gonna be on transit bus in a minute. Like, I'm sick of it. Like,
she's trash.
These entitled ass women. It makes it hard for the women that are really trying to build something with their spouse, and everybody don't hit a point where it be some shit. You really be messed up, and you don't know which way you're gonna go. You don't want to lose nothing. But that's when you come closer together. Not when you divide and go do the fuck you want to do and bust it wide open and tell her bring it back. I can imagine what her content was about. You know, if it maybe was she lingerie modeling? Was she showing skin? Was she opening up? You know, because she's from the industry. So was she playing with? You know, because like she said, it wasn't like I was with anybody. I was doing these things to myself.
Exactly. So I'm done talking about her ass because she's getting my pressure.
We making her even more important.
I just didn't. So I've been seeing these, and I know I'm not the only person. So I've been seeing these these characters that they have of the urban Disney family.
Somebody said she's gonna be on the
yeah, probably. Yeah. They did say they were expanding the cast. Maybe that was her audition. Let's see how much you can shame your family and get for money. Okay, you gutter enough. Come on in. You right, friend. That's my homegirl. That's Tiff. Yeah, definitely. So I've been seeing them for like the last couple of weeks. Like they've been doing Minnie with the, you know what I'm saying, she had on the Halloween costume, and Mickey now with the Gucci and the chains or whatever.
Right.
And it's been a mixed bag of emotions about this. And I'm like,
it's very culture sensitive to me. I don't know why everything when they do things it has to be subjected to colorism. Doesn't that make sense? It has to be subjected to colorism.
I get it. don't know.
I don't know, because why does it have to be subjected to that? They got to have the, and we're not the only culture that do these things, but we are the culture that kind of brought it to fruition, to where what in this fashion is everything. It's just colorism to me, and I'm like, who did this, and what was the purpose?
See, I get that part of it, but I also get the part of it too where, like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just gotta laugh at some shit. Like, it's just so absurd. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, to me, it was almost like, to me, it gave holding the mirror in the white people's face. Like, y'all really think that's what we do. Like, you think that's what we all about. So let me just show you, bitch. And now you're going to keep viewing and sharing it. And now I'm going to make money off of your dumb ideology. Like, this ain't what we really are. We know, like, it's one of them things where, like, if it don't apply, let it fly. We know who the fuck we are. We know where we come from. We know where we originate from. Or most of us do, I would hope. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, like, for me, when I saw it, I was like, hell no. I was like, why they got this baby up here, like, with all this ass? But, you know, we do. But that's the thing, though. If you think about it, right, you do have that one baby in the family where you be like, dang, her she must be wet. Her diaper full. Or his diaper full. You be like, no, that's just ass in that diaper. You know what I'm saying? So these are colloquialisms and things that we've done with our family and our friends, and things that we joked about, you know what I mean? Or, you know, things that we personify in social media, whatever. Like, it could easily have been switched, and they could have did some white people with some old meth teeth or some shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can still flip the script. It's still, that ball is still out there to be played. But, I don't know, I just think, like, in this culture, like, sometimes we just need to just laugh about some shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just all the time, like, I make fun of myself all the time, because, like, the really only thing you can really say about me is I'm fat. Well, I say that all the time. Like, it's not a secret. I have 2 stomachs. I'm okay with that. I buy my clothes for both of them. I'm good with that. Like, I love me. So, like, girl, let me tell you. Listen, I don't walk out the house many days without having a girl on. I have to hold this stuff together, because it ain't nothing cute about you walking and talking, but both of your stomach and your mouth is, it's confusing. It's giving. I don't know where to look at. You know what I mean? So now don't get it twisted. You know, I let it hang out too. So, you know, it's just all about where you at in your space. And I just know who I am. So you could draw a character of me, right, and it could be the most absurd thing that's the most opposite thing of what I'm about. I could just laugh at that shit, because, all right, nigga, like, hey, rock out with your cock out, bitch. I ain't mad. And keep on pushing. I don't know. I just personally,
you know, that's only going to be it's only going to be for a little period of time. It's not going to be like something that's going to get a huge following. I don't think it's going to be too much intel on that. I don't think it's going to last that long. I think it's just something.
They just did a couple weeks ago. They just did the Mickey and Minnie. They had them in the FAMU band uniform.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, whatever brings notoriety to something. I don't know what their purpose was, but good artwork.
It's obviously got people talking, and some people are, like, very deep in their feelings.
Good artwork. I love it. So let's
praise the artistic part of it, right, and that's what art is. Art is subjective. It's supposed to start a conversation.
That's that new AI stuff, you know. It brings in that new what would it look like? What if? How would it look? Right. All right. So
you ever seen one of them apps? You ever, like, that where they, like, can put you and somebody's face together and then tell you what y'all baby gonna look like?
Right.
I did that,
and that wasn't a good look. So I'm like, don't try
that with my ex. I was like, Lord, you knew what you was doing. It wasn't enough pretty in me to take that. It was big fat face, big
yes. So you know what? Hey, if they love it, if they like it, I love it. So
I love it.
It's cute though, but they need to bring something else. There's other cultures out here. Come on now, I'm sick of it.
Listen, but it's what I'm saying. That's the whole thing about it. Like, again, that's what I'm saying. Like, you got to read between, like you said, read between the lines. Like, that's the thing. They can't do it with no other culture. They can, but they can't.
Right.
It's always been okay to do us any type of way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's always been okay for them to, you know, to paint us as mammies and have on, you know, do-rags and big lips and super dark skin and big and, you know, fat and greasy. Like that's always been okay to do. You couldn't do it for white people.
Right.
You couldn't do it for Asian
When
people.
you
You
said
couldn't
that,
do
it
it for
kind of made me think
Hispanics.
about a conversation me and my son was having, and he's 14. So he loved him some waffles or pancakes or whatever. So, you know, to serve, we buy the serve. So he was like, "What a lady at that was on here? You know, Aunt Jemima." And I said, "Oh, baby, they removed old Aunt Jemima off the bottle. It was a whole situation with that. So they just had to change the name. But I said, at the end of the day, they don't give us the rights or notoriety to anything that they use us for. It's just a the disrespect to plagiarism at its most. You know, like you're gonna use me correctly, and also let me monetize off of it, because y'all have monetized off this for years. So I'm glad that her family came forward and said something about it. And you know, it's still, and again, I mean, you use this for so long for sales. They didn't get nothing out of that. So they say, you know what, to keep our dollars in our pocket, we're gonna just change the name. You ain't gonna get nothing.
Right.
So it's just like I told him, I said that, you know, they do this to us a lot. You know, I said, but you know, like I was, you know, I teach, so we was talking about the Quaker Oats, you know, what Quaker meant, why they was on the box on the Quaker Oats, you know, like to get people to buy this brand. It ain't had nothing to do with, because it was monetized. The Quakers was supposed to be so good, but where they was living at, that's all they had was to grow oats and wheat and barley and whatever they had. So they monetized off of it, but they wouldn't let us do it. But who was out there picking it up? So you know, anyway, that's a whole nother ball game. You know, we can talk about that all day. I'll be like, fuck y'all.
But that's the thing though. Again, that's what I'm saying. Like I guess, and just like I feel like people who maybe too upset about it. I feel like they reading too much into it. Maybe I read too much into it too. But to me, it was like look at my artistry for us, but at the same time, like a big F you to them. You know what I'm saying? Like I just felt like whoever was sending the message, like that message for me was very loud and clear. Like, this what you think? Like, is this really what y'all see when y'all see us? Like, honestly and truly, like, we could put it on anything. But again, like you said, that we can't, like, the artist could have done that with an Asian family. There's no fucking way. No way.
Oh Lord, no.
Hell no. And it's a Disney in Asia. But you couldn't have did that. You know what I'm saying? It would have been more culturally appropriate. That wouldn't have sent no signals. Couldn't have made them lighter, because everything about Disney is lighter these days. Well, I guess they're trying to darken it up a little bit now, but you know what I mean. The foundation is the pink people. And then you can't do it for Spanish people, because, you know, then you talking about, oh, now you might be leaning towards, like, you know, you supporting Trump and the wall, and then you making fun of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the only one you can hit, it's like back in the day, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, bitches talk about me, be like, oh, she fat. That's the only thing you could say. That's the only thing I gave you. Like, so now he's like, yeah, fuck y'all.
Right.
And y'all gonna pay me for this. You know what I'm saying? Dummies. I enjoyed it. I had a
it was cool. It was cool, but I'm like, the subjection is just like, God, we can't. What's next? Anyway, I don't know, because right now they just kind of like they gonna come all kind of ways. Oh, they don't have nothing to do with y'all culture. That's just something artistry. All right, but okay, we get it. We already know. So I'm gonna interject right here, because I think I got something that's on my heart. Now, so today is election day for a lot of places. It's election around the country, pretty much. You know, local government, different, you know, things, you know, different places in government or running for office. You know, it's time up. They need to vote in some new people, or, you know. And I'm kind of on the fence with this, because now I'm not really a political person, but everything is political now. Education is political. Healthcare is political. Child care is political. Hell, being a mama is political. raising your kids because everything they already got something to say about how you do this and how you did that, but they ain't helping you take care of your children. My thing on this, and whoever's on here want to chime in, and I want more people to come in because I see a lot of people coming in and leaving, but we need to start paying attention more so to where we live than what's going on where we don't live, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Because the things that we don't see are the things that really impact our household. The thing that's going on with the Bank of America, Wells Fargo, where these people money was not posted, these direct deposits. This thing is really getting serious out here. And I know we on here to entertain. So we want to educate you and entertain you at the same time, but I really want y'all to pay attention to this. Have these uncomfortable conversations with your children about you going to spend $200 for some shoes. You got to tell them they better have some cash on hand, because this is not over. This is just the beginning. Teach them, let them know everything gonna be taught in school. So if you ain't paying attention, they definitely not paying attention. So if we as an adult and just out here fugazi and ain't really paying attention to what the hell going on, we're gonna be lost. But this shit coming faster than we think. And you think about when our great grandparents or grandparents would tell us, "Oh, it's coming. You know, the end is near." When? But you know, the things tell a story. Everything revolves around the sun more than once. We're just like Saturn, so many rings. People don't understand, like, all the shit that's going on with these banks and how these banks being seized and shut down. Y'all know why? Because we ain't got no money. We in trouble.
We broke.
And the jobs that we clocking in every day, y'all just got to pray as you walk into your building, because in a minute, education, these kids ain't going to have no schools. The people that's running this so-called thing called education, they don't give a fuck about your children. It's all about data. It's all about dollars. If you ain't got enough kids in these schools, they shutting them down. You see all these hospitals shutting down. The hospital in Alabama shut down.
How you shut down?
The hospital here in Georgia, in Atlanta, shutting down. The healthcare don't give a damn. You go in there, you can be already diagnosed with a terminal illness. They just gonna tell you, we're gonna just give you this and just send you on to your house, because we don't have the time, nor the staff, and nor the funding to keep you in here just to keep giving you something that you know you're gonna die from eventually. Everybody deserves a chance. Look at what's going on in our prison systems. You think they give a damn about the people dying? No. Because they're making more room for your children that's in the 3rd grade right now, because they already know they're enslaved already, because y'all pandemic shut that shit down. Them kids was in kindergarten. Ain't learned a damn thing. You was down at home. You was asleep because you ain't had no job on the pen unless you work from home or whatever. Everybody came up with a job. Everybody came up with a hustle.
My sister said people don't care. They want the government to solve their problem.
And that's the wrong people to go to, because they're going to save themselves. Y'all see what happened in Hawaii? They already building up over there for these other people to come in. This government shit. Pay attention to what's going on, just not around your front door. Pay attention to what shit ain't going on around your front door, because eventually it's going to be impactful. And it's going to hit us so hard to where you've not prepared a little bit. And I'm not one of those scare tactics. I'm talking about real life shit, because I see it and I hear it every day. I be in meetings. I hear the shit. I'm a parent first. And I be like, shit, so what do I need to prepare my kids for?
Right.
You know, I got a soon-to-be 26-year-old daughter. I'm like, that generation is fucked up, because they had to raise themselves. Most of their parents probably not here anymore. I saw my daughter graduating college. A lot of them kids had to pay for shit on themselves, or they were being raised by guardians, because their parents had already went to the upper room at the point where they could not survive. Depression was real. Sickness was real. Well, nobody's really taking care of themselves. So now my daughter generation, they really out here lost. That's why you got so many of them in the 20, 25, 26 age range out here trying to figure it out, and they don't know how. So the government ain't gonna solve our problems.
No, not at all. Not at
all.
What
we got to do is come up with a plan for ourselves, because we don't come together and unite to come up with some shit. Them people over there in Russia, in China and all these other places, they come together. They say, we're going to do this shit together. If they don't want no part of this, fuck them.
Listen, this should let you know, first of all, we should have really known some shit was going on when Donald Trump got elected. That was your first clue.
But see, you know what?
Now this motherfucker
was trying to say, you're trying to tell us something.
But he still got 54% of the Republican backing. Like in 2024, this motherfucker is going to be a viable candidate again. He can do and say what y'all have to it's at a point where now, where they said, everything that happened was, like you said, is going to happen again. We don't see the clock winding back. You don't see them cotton fields coming? Because I do.
Yeah.
Because I do.
Modern day slavery.
They just changed their uniform now. Like before, we knew who you was because you was in your hood. You know what I mean? And you had your cross burners and all that other crazy shit. Now you're my teacher, you're my governor, you're my mayor. You know what I mean? And even with cameras everywhere, you still get to say and do whatever the fuck you want to do, and there's no consequence. Like when Trump was running, remember when he said I could shoot a bitch in the middle of the head in the middle of Fifth Avenue or some shit in the Times Square, the bitch ain't gonna do nothing? That's some gangster shit for a bitch to walk up to your face and say, bitch, I'm finna beat your ass. That's some gangster ass shit. Like these motherfuckers is real gangsters and they don't give a fuck.
Yes, see, it's so true. But what happens when it's too late?
I
don't know.
What will happen?
What will happen? What will happen?
We keep this shit up, what will happen? I
know we kind of getting into this serious thing, but you know what? Like I said, and Lady Kojak, just let me know if I'm overstepping my boundaries because the edutainment for me, because I have to go see these people's children every day. And I'm in a middle school sector, and these kids have no clue on what's to come. Only thing they know is what they see every day, from the time they walk out their front door to the time they walk back in it. And that really ain't too much of anything, because ain't nobody showing them nothing else outside of them coming to school for 8 hours and going back to the house. And then after that, they repeat it. Like, how many of us are sitting down and talking to our children about what the hell is going on the real outside?
None of them.
Because now you got the schools are shutting down. The schools are shutting down. People coming in and doing what they used to have, motivation and speaking. They ain't really letting nobody come in no more until something happens. I've lost 2 students this year. One of my from elementary, he was hit by a car by somebody who shouldn't even been driving. That go to show that the government, the laws ain't hitting no shit either. Because soon as that man got back out, he went and got in a vehicle from another driving infraction and then killed the kid. So they letting all the people back out, and then they saying moving people to different. They finna move them to Mississippi here in Georgia because they ain't got no room. So what you think what's gonna happen? That's killing fields. What are they gonna do? Put them back out there, like you said. Them farms coming back, and I ain't talking about with no wheat and corn. I'm talking about with the picking and getting them back into the mindset of modern day slavery. We're all slaves to something.
Yep.
And when they lose this Wi-Fi that's finna get ready, this thing that's finna sweep again, everybody was so frantic about this alarm thing last month. that was a diversion, baby. They were just preparing you for what's to come, but nobody really paid no attention unless they were really paying attention.
Listen, if they don't have that kind of stuff, it's like they don't even have the know-how to go get it. It's not even the fact that you use Wi-Fi or that you Google everything. That's not even a problem. That's not. I get it. Work smarter, not harder. But do you even have the know-how to go back and get that information from someplace else? You know what I'm saying?
I asked these kids, what's a dictionary? They said, what is that? Do you know? Like, can you go to the library and look? Do you know what the damn Dewey Decimal System is? Do you know how to look up a book without a computer? Yes, reading is a lost art. So we as an adult, do you know how many
We
of
had
us
to read growing up.
do you know how many of our age a lack of education and can't speak and write correctly but can cuss a motherfucker out from here to damn kingdom come?
Not in my mama house. Not in my mama house. We had to, as a matter of fact, like that to us it was sponge. We would get up on like on a Saturday, we would get up and there was right around the corner from us there was a used bookstore. And she used to go in there. And we used to
I
like
know
go
it ain't coming out the shade room. They don't want it.
Thank you, Shay.
So
Very valid point, sis. Very valid point. And then on top of that, it be spelling errors there. Like we with it. You know what I'm saying? Like
but I know
we
I
become
kind of got off course, but I don't think I did. But it been on my mind because I work with autistic kids. But do you know autistic students are graded higher than general education? Because they're getting that time. And you got a lot of grown people out here that don't even know they got issues. They autistic. People don't even know because they can't even function in a viable environment. And that's why they're so angry because they have some kind of man. I was in Walmart and I'm like, you understand? I'm like, you work at the cash register, but you can't count my money if that cash register go down.
I know a couple people. I'm like, you might be on the spectrum. Nobody ever said you know what I'm saying? Like, all bullshit aside, like, but again though, I tell you what, I will say this, like I've met a lot of people who are autistic and they can be very highly functioning people. It just depends on, your level of it. But what I do appreciate about them is that how honest they are and how like passionate they are.
Yes, I love
you know what I mean? So that part of the spectrum blocks out all the bullshit. Like I probably could be friends with a whole classroom full of autistic kids, so I know they keeping a Honda with
they
me.
do.
You know what I'm saying? I know where I stand, when I stand.
And they are stickler about being on time, making sure stuff is correct. And I have all boys students, 6th, 7th, and 8th. And when I tell you they keep me on my toes and not in a bad way when they be saying, oh, you ain't cross that T. Oh, you ain't dot that I. We don't like correction.
Right.
Because we think we know everything.
And they be being so sincere. Like it's not even, it's not them coming
you forgot to do this. I was like, oh, okay, baby, thank you. But us, we don't like correction because we know every damn thing. But when I tell you,
well, I'm never wrong.
Coming on here with you has been a pleasure because it have led me kind of like put those thoughts. Me and my kids was talking about having my son said the word today. I was like, oh, excuse me, I didn't know that word. But it was like having those thoughts when you see yourself doing something to somebody but you really not, and you sitting there. It's not like deja vu. It's just having those thoughts like, bitch, shut the fuck up. You can see yourself just slapping the fuck out of them, just dragging them, and then you snap them like, whoo.
I feel beside myself.
Right. And I was like, oh, I do that all the time. If I could get away and this shit can just like go away, one of the things like on like what Will Smith and that man had on the Men in Black.
Oh,
and if they could forget what I just did to you. And I was like,
that shit was called. Yes.
I be want to get out my car a lot of days, put it in park, and just go jump on a hole in the car and just be like, "Ooh, that felt good." I ain't condoning violence though, y'all.
I may have done something like that once in my past. It was a long time ago. Either way, I've grown. You know what I'm saying? I don't hit bitches with my car no more.
That's how I be feeling every day. Everyone's like, "Shut the hell up." Hey guys, thank y'all for watching.
Thank y'all for coming in. My thing is that because I'm really a cool ass person, and I think for the most part I'm not perfect. I think I'm easy to get along with. So when you be on some other shit with me, it be like, like, first of all, you already know my mouth, so you don't even want to see these hands. I'm not condoning violence. I'm just saying it's just some things you just don't want to do. Please don't let these nails fool you. I promise. I promise you this is not like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm the baddest thing on the block. I'm just saying you gonna know that we had that conversation though when you walk off.
Gotcha.
My sister say I'm kind of violent. I used to be,
Yeah.
but I've grown tremendously.
But you know what? I never really had. I've had altercations with people, but I was young fighting grown people, and then they got a thing in my family. Because they said, "Oh shit, when she come out her shirt, it's on." I used to box, so I box. So if I'm gonna fight you, I'm gonna give you a fight. But I've never got to that point where I had to just like come out of character and be like, whatever. Never really. If anybody had a problem with me, I was like, I feel sorry for you because you missed an opportunity to get your ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely understand. But people always say, oh, you never got into nothing in school. You just so quiet. And I said, but they said them the ones you had to watch, right?
The ones you got to watch because they've been sitting by. Because, see, they was quiet and they was taking notes on all of y'all hoes. They know how you move. So instead of all that rah-rah, like, I went to school with a girl. I'll never forget this shit. She was like, I'm finna beat this bitch ass today. I was like, huh? Like, what? And she was like, yep. She's like, I'm finna walk up to her and tell her, bitch, I'm finna beat your ass, and then I'm just finna tear her ass up. And we got out of class, and you already know, like, everybody's trying to follow her, but we try to like go down different, like, cause we had this big ass courtyard. It was different, like, sidewalks and shit. You could go all to get to the same point, but go different ways. So everybody's trying to like walk different ways, so we don't alert nobody. It's gonna be a fight. And I promise you, that girl walked up to that girl, and I'll never forget that shit. She tapped that bitch on the shoulder. She said, I'm gonna beat your ass. And she just lay off in her. And I was like, that really did just happen. But from then on, it made me think, I would just prefer a bitch just to be up front with me and let me know what it is. Like, nah, it would have been nice if you didn't get your ass whooped in the process, but at least she was up front with you and she told you what it was. Like, I just never been one to kind of like sidestep stuff. I always been like kind of direct. Right. But even as I've gotten older, I've learned how to even make that more palatable for a wider audience. Right. You know what I mean? Because I can still tell you what's on my heart, but I can use my dictionary words. I don't got to use my dirt words. I don't got to talk like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that way, because sometimes, like you said, it ain't what you do, it's how you do it. It ain't what you say, it's how you say it. So, you know what I'm saying? Whereas I can give you the same conversation I can get to somebody else, I might have to deliver it to you differently so that you can receive it, because everybody doesn't process things the same way. Man,
I don't know. I think we got to come up with a new way of a tactic on how to alert people. Alert people when you feeling some kind of way. Because, them looks people don't catch on to the looks. They don't catch on to, sarcasm. And then you probably just had to just walk up to them and slap the shit out of them.
Is it a bracelet we can wear? Like, it should be like national.
It's like you turn red or green or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. Maybe we need to come up with that shit because, like a mood ring. Yeah. Don't you see my shit blue? Don't you see my shit?
Like, you don't see I'm burgundy, bitch? You don't see I'm on burgundy? You don't see I'm on burgundy? That's blood. You're coming for blood. Leave her alone. Like, that would be good. We should look into that.
It'd be like a mood ring. Have it around your neck, like.
See I can only wear a warning shirt every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? Like, warning. I'm not in for it. Like,
it's gonna have to be a necklace around your neck. I'm like, you don't see that shit blinking?
But then, even some people still can't read the room and they miss the signs.
And that's when you just gonna have to show them better than you can tell them. It's gonna be a lot of ass whooping going on.
How they feel it, the body bags and toe like,
right. If you have to say something, I'm like, you don't see that shit. Like,
it's like I was just telling my friend, it's like a group of girls in my job, right? And so the one girl is over there. I've been like knowing her since I first started working in my job, so like almost 3 years. Like, we worked together from time to time, and pretty much been on the same team the whole time too, which is rare at my job because shit changes like the wind blows. So it's her and like 3 other people on my team who like from A1 day one, you know what I'm saying? And then one other person that's not on our team but used to sit by us when I first started working there because I was in office at first. So when I see her now, when I come in, it's good to see her. So I'm like, oh, hey, I go over, I speak to her or whatever. you know, if she on the phone, I kind of like just lean up over like, hey, sis, and, you know, go back to my seat. So this one girl, we was doing a potluck, and she's like, Tamita, she's like, every time you come over here, she's like, every time you come in the office, she was like, because back then I was only coming in once a month. So I was only seeing her once a month. And I was sharing. And it was like, every time you come over here, you always come over, you speak to us, but you always go over and give Ashley a hug. And I was like, what?
She felt some kind of way.
Yeah, girl, I was like so confused because I don't even know you. I don't even know your name. So why would I come over and hug you? We in a workplace. Like, that's me hugging Ashley is technically inappropriate, but she, you know what I'm saying, we had that, you know, that vibe. Yeah. I don't know you. Yeah, I don't know if you wash your clothes hand wash or you take if you wash your clothes while they on your ass. I'm not gonna just be bumping up and rubbing up against you, and then whatever you got jump on my clothes, and I bring it home to my house, and I got bed bugs.
With an itch.
Yeah. Like my whole rest of you want to hug. Get that girl a hug. I'm gonna try to still tell you no, but ask for it, and I know where you're coming from, and I try to be more sensitive about your feelings. But at this point, I literally was working with them 1 day a month, and then to be honest with you, like 3 months in a row, I had them miss that 1 day. I hadn't seen them people in like 4-5 months, honestly, and I was like, hey, you know, what up, homegirl, and that was it. And then I just kind of like, I didn't even stay in conversation.
Well, maybe
she was on a call.
A little bit more than a hug. Maybe she wanted you to hug her from the front because she's.
Oh, well, yeah, bitch, you need to be burped because she's full of gas and shit, too. She got me effed up. Like, I'm not, it just amazes me sometimes how, like, people you work with sometimes get those lines blurred. Because, like, to be honest with you, people who I'm cool with, like, I check on them from time to time outside of work, but I don't think we necessarily even, like, all went out and hung out. Not that I wouldn't. It's just that I have other, you know, like, once I get out of work, I have other stuff going on. I spend most of my day there or most of my time here or whatever I'm doing, I'm still working. So, you know, I need time for my family or whatever. It's okay for people to get, you know, like, but we're not hanging out like that. So you're not missing out on nothing, sis. Like, I could have stank for all you know. Like, actually could be smiling but holding her breath.
What I said. She want to get a cheap thrill. She want to feel what they, you know, you got. Maybe they're gonna soothe her. Let her just lay on her one time. Just say, come on, baby.
Let me tell you,
and then you gonna be in the office for sexual harassment.
Listen, but no, you lie. That happened. I promise you, there was a lady that used to work with me, right, back at my old job, and we was like, we have been working together. You talk about at this point, we had been working together for like 6-7 years. Like, we was fam. You know what I'm saying? It was more than just we stayed at that job for each other. So they hired this lady, and I felt like it was a setup. Like I felt like her hire was to target somebody because everybody else in the department was black except for her. Not only was she white, but she was German. So the lady was kind of cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
She might know old girl. So, she probably heard our music.
She told our boss that she wanted to come off the night shift and work the day shift because it was just better for her and yada, yada, yada. She gave this whole song and dance or whatever. And so he started asking questions about, like, you know, how was she getting along with people? You know what she complained about? She complained about because my homegirl, who happened to be the boss for our department, had a barbecue at her house that weekend prior. And she was, you know, telling everybody about the barbecue. And she said she didn't invite her to the barbecue. Working here 30 days, we don't know you to be coming up in my house. I don't know what kind of spirits you bringing with you. I don't know what your intention is. I don't know if you hail Hitler. Like, I don't know you. You might put raisins in your potato salad, bitch. I don't know you. You see what I'm saying? Like, you know how, listen, don't think just because we all the same color, we just automatically got an invitation to the barbecue. You know what I'm saying? You had to work your way up. Like, that was a status. We ain't just come in being friendly because we all the same color. Like, don't get it twisted because me and you share some sort of heritage. It doesn't make us fam. Like, we can be that way and we can try to build a relationship, but you can't come in expecting because it's me and you and we look alike. That's how it's going to be. We don't have to be against each other, but I ain't got to be your Batman and your Robin either. Like, it's not, I don't know. Maybe because I'm getting older. I'm friendly. I could be friendly with everybody. Like, I could kiki it up with him and everything. But I just think you want too much from our relationship. You want to touch me? I felt dirty. I did that. I was like, no. I wish you would come to Florida because it's gonna be the classic. We about to turn up. Listen, ladies and
When
gentlemen.
is it?
It is the weekend of the 17th, the weekend before Thanksgiving.
That's on the weekend, Saturday?
Mm-hmm.
I'll talk to you. I'll call you tomorrow. We'll see.
I'm excited.
Somebody else sent me an invitation.
Ew. Yes. Yes.
Hallelujah.
You want to start, bitch? Hey. Okay. My bad, y'all. My bad. What? Okay. She is getting better. I'm feeling the shift in the atmosphere. I love it. So, ladies and gentlemen, it has been a great night. We have had a conversation from the messiest to the messiest, really, just on two opposite ends of the spectrum, both to the same degree of detrimentalness to society if we don't get the shit in check, right? So, Sharon, thank you for coming out tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Tuck is that's just Tuck. Like, I just love her so much. I love her spirit. I love the fact that we can get, you know what I'm saying, like freak, neat, wretched, but then we can also have an intelligent conversation.
You always have to throw that out there. Shh.
Now, see, you told on yourself, but this time I ain't say it was you. It could have been me.
I mean, I'm just saying. Shh.
Oh, well, she on the video. Anyway, she like 10 minutes and 37 seconds in.
Check me out on Hulu. You'll see me.
She was the one getting ripped out of plastic, bitch. She was friend. Believe it. Listen, so ladies and gentlemen, I want to let you guys know this year for the classic, look for me out there. I will be out there with my manager and Lady Crystal from the Relay Combo. I have some stuff to give away. I have some merchandise coming. I want to give you guys a free sneak peek of what I have coming. So if you see me, tap me on the shoulder. Let's get a picture in. Let's have a conversation so I can introduce myself to you personally, and you can do the same to me. I want to say I really, really appreciate the love that I have been getting.
Yes.
You do not know how absolutely humbling this experience is.
So proud.
It is something that I look forward to. Thank you so much. Like, just the people who have been pushing me all this time really have been who they said they were going to be to me. They have supported me 110%. If I call, they answer, they respond, and they just been professional, and they've been so gracious. And then you all come in here week after week after week, and you keep giving me your time, and because I can feel your energy in the comments. You know what I mean? Like, it really pushes us. So you didn't have to do it. You could have been any place else. I really, really, really appreciate you guys. Listen. Y'all know I say I'm always faded, never phased by none of you hoes, and I do mean that. But I love the hoes. I really do love the hoes. So I love everybody. Ain't no judgment here. Listen, you can find me on Facebook at Rose or you can find me on Instagram at D_real_Lady Kojak. Listen, keep checking my page out. I'm about to not flood your timeline, but I just want to show different sides of myself and then just introduce myself to you guys.
I love that photo shoot, baby. You was killing it.
I'm so shy. Don't do that.
But if y'all want to follow me, y'all can. I ain't as popular as she is, but I be having a little stuff going on, I got a movie that's out right now. Next time that she allowed me to come on, I'm gonna share that with you. So you can go purchase my movie for $7.77. New beginning. Okay. So we'll talk about it. And next time I'm on here, or I just let her know. Probably she can just give me a little plug or something. But anyway, y'all can follow me, cause I ain't that boring. On Sharon Tucker Official. Because I'm official. And number one me. It's a lot of them out there with the same name, but ain't but one me because everybody else was taken. And they said I'm the best version.
Oh, I mean, I would not disagree, friend. I would not disagree.
That's what they told me at Freak D 92.
And the award for the best tip drill video. I'm not. I love y'all to life. Thank y'all so much for coming back out again this week. I will see you all next week. I love you. I love you. Thank you so much. I'll holler.